Don't need no invitation, 'cause you know where I am. No need to come because I'm always home. Coming over.
On the living room tonight, Chris goes to a top 10 city and getting there's easy. Miguel in a flaming cook-off.
I'm on fire.
Our exclusive interview with last night's eliminated MasterChef contestant. And Baz gives a derelict island cabin a Love Shack makeover. To have you with us on The Living Room. We've got so much stuff to fire you up tonight. We've got exciting travel, we've got a brilliant renovation, we've got fabulous food, and of course that means you, Miguel. What are you cooking up tonight?
Food trucks, Melbourne.
Food delivery trucks delivering frozen
like
peas.
food delivery trucks. I mean, like gourmet food on wheels, proper kitchens running all over the place.
Meals on wheels.
Meals for the younger folk. Because people follow these all over the city, don't they?
Massive, they're massive. And because Spanish people is big on street food, I'm gonna set up a little bit of a challenge against one of the big food trucks. Bring it on, baby.
Good luck.
Tonight is gonna be a great night. The food trucks in Melbourne, they are so popular. Tonight is gonna be full house. I'm so excited. Let's see what's cooking.
Wow. Very good. I'm really excited.
I'm a bit beefy.
What are you doing? Describe to us your favorite dish.
My favourite dish is the dom, which is slowly braised beef in gravy served over chunky fries with Cajun remoulade and a pickle. We cook it for about 4 or 5 hours, and as you can see, it's nice and tender and falling apart. It's simple food, but it's delicious.
Well, simple food is the hardest one to cook.
Yeah, you've got nowhere to hide if it's simple, yeah.
Elvin, my mouth is watering. Can I have a taste?
Absolutely.
Wow, that looks stunning.
Just don't double dip.
No double dipping. Salud. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is it all right?
Wow. It melts.
Yeah.
It melts in your mouth. It's quite acidic, full of flavor.
Absolutely.
It's got thick.
Yeah.
And it's got plenty of the love. I can taste
Thank you. That's the secret.
Fantastic. You know, I'm a chef and I like a little bit of a healthy competition. So would you mind I set up my own little street food little challenge next to you and we go side by side?
Please do. You've got no chance, but go for it.
Let's give it a go. Before the battle of the heavyweights starts, I'm going to do some more research.
Rafael,
Hey,
¿cómo estás, amigo? Can I please have a look inside?
of course.
Raf is the godfather of the Melbourne food trucks. What do you think about your customers? They love you, they follow you?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I love them.
Do you have regulars? Do you have regulars? Do you have lots
Yeah,
of
we've
regulars?
got a lot of regulars, yeah.
And they follow you everywhere you go?
There's probably, at the moment, there's probably about between 30 and 35,000 people follow us on the social networks, so...
35,000. So what are we doing here? We put some spinach?
Okay, went in with a little bit of baby spinach, then we got the grilled chicken, we got a little bit of chipotle and mayonnaise, and then just a little bit of corn salsa, and that's what we're talking
I
about.
want to make a point. All these meals, they get cooked fresh. So you don't pre-cook anything. Every time somebody come and order, you cook it fresh for them.
That's what we're doing.
So imagine how much excitement in this big, massive kitchen when 300 customers come around.
It's huge in here, it's huge.
Dancing la lambada here.
All right.
Finally, it's time for my 2-hour showdown with Elvin.
You feel the pressure?
Pressure? No pressure. What can I get you? Got the corn down the bottom and the dom up the top. Cheers, thank you. I think we're going pretty well. We're smashing Miguel. How many of you done Miguel?
I don't even start cooking yet.
I haven't even started cooking yet. Wow. We're going all right then.
He's laughing now, but I think I can win with my beautiful street food, paella.
And this is the sofrito getting into action.
It's very hot here. As you can see, I'm cooking like a real Spanish gypsy in the street.
Start eating paella yet, chef?
I'm still working on it.
This is gonna be delicious.
One gumbo, guys.
Don't buy the gumbo. Come all the way from the Costa del Sol.
Are you on fire? I'm on fire. Are you on fire?
The timber is so hot that it's catching on fire, but that heat is fantastic to keep cooking the paella. This is the real way you cook it in the street. Opa. Elvin has got nearly 1 hour of a head start. But after I put this beauty all together, with this amazing chorizo and the prawns, I think I'm gonna have my chances to get on top of the competition. Opa! Opa. Oh, yes. A little bit of a Spanish surf and turf. Same way you love it in Australia. Now, everything is happening. The stock is cooking slowly, the rice. And we got the prawns, the chorizo, and the chicken slowly braising. And all the flavors are coming together. A little bit of a spice is gonna taste fantastic. If it looks good, it'll taste better. Elvin, how many you sold?
We've sold about 25 now.
25, wow. So we got 1 hour of a head start.
So once yours is cooked, I'll come buy one from you, all right?
He's got 1 hour head start and he's talking too much. Just give me 15 minutes and see who's your daddy.
See who's your daddy?
Yeah, who's your daddy? He's got a killer instinct, this guy. It was a really hard challenge. So I was cooking this paella next to this amazing food truck that's got a full kitchen, and I got a little paella, the little legs, and it was really windy. So I had to come up with an idea, you know, to stop all the fire. And come on, baby, light my fire. Like, look at this.
You love it, you Latin types. You love that hot stuff. All right, well, we're going to find out if it's Miguel or Elvin in the Street Food Olympics later in the show. Now, coming up, we're going to interview Matt Howell. He left MasterChef last night.
Got the raw deal, didn't he?
The raw deal. And Barry's renovation takes a shack from Gilligan's Island to Fantasy Island. It's great to have you here. Now, if you rushed into buying a Betamax video recorder only to see it instantly become landfill, move your chair a little closer to the TV because Hot or Not is for you. Every week we hunt around the globe for the latest gadgets, gizmos and ideas, and we decide if they get hotted or get knotted. And then we put them on the hot or not side of the board here. So, Miguel, what have you got?
I got the great item to keep your amazing expensive iPhone baby-proof, dribble-proof, throwing-proof, the iPhone rattle.
So you put an actual phone in?
Yes, this is actually for my little baby Gloria when she's emailing all her friends overseas, trying to show candies. If she can use iMaps to be able to go to the candy shop in the shorter way, and it's just great thing.
I don't know, but can you imagine at teething time, you get a phone call and the drool, that'd be, no.
I've made those phone calls to
but
you.
Baz, it's totally protected. It's got a protection here.
It's still going to be covered in drool all over your ear.
It's the only time where drooling down the phone isn't creepy.
But because it does give mums and dads a break, I'm going to go hot. I'm going to put it on the hot side of the board.
Okay.
All right, your turn, Barry. What have you got?
OK, I'm up for a second. I'm going to show you how to exercise and stay dry at the same time. There's always an excuse not to exercise if it's raining. It's called the Uber hood for bicycles.
I'm already worried.
I'm not seeing anything Uber so far.
It'll go up. On the website, where you get it, as I said, streamlined, it retails for about $59.95. It's about 4 colours. Obviously aerodynamic, and it has a UV rating of about 20,000. So if I'm on the bike and pedalling down, it keeps the sun off me and the rain. And the rain off me.
Keeps the rain off you, does it?
Yeah, get the rain off
What are
you.
you up to?
Well, you know, we need to know this works. So you ride along, just pretend you're riding, so that works, you know.
Like Mary Poppins, by the way.
Look at that. Until you hit a puddle, and that happens. Does it work now?
Phone home, E.T.
No, you know, I don't think that's getting the seal of approval. What do we think?
Why not?
I think it's only hot when you get struck by lightning on it, because it's just one big giant mobile lightning rod.
No, I've decided it's going on the not side of the wall.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Barry. OK, Chris.
Now, look, I don't have a product, I have a trend, OK, a very important trend. So I'm going to need Dave and John to come in here. Please welcome these guys. This isn't Dave and John. These, I know. they look good. All of them. This is mammals. Middle-aged men in Lycra. So, you know, gone are the days where middle-aged men, they went out and bought themselves Harleys or sports cars to feel young. Now, this is how you hold on to that youth of yours. So if you go past a cafe nowadays or a road, you're going to see these guys. Weekdays, weekends, just hanging out, just talking about the world.
So this is a whole subculture now, isn't it?
It's huge. I mean, there's also another acronym, WHIRL, which is wears helmet, ignores red lights.
So no offence, gentlemen, but I think we might have to put you up on the not side of the wall. But you look great. Go and have a coffee. Now, if anything ever catches your eye because it's brilliant, because it's surprising, or because it's ludicrous, let us know, because we'd love to get it on the show. Just go to our website and point us in the right direction. There's going to be more Hot or Not next week. Now, Barry, I've watched a lot of Gilligan's Island, and I don't remember a single episode where Professor and Mary Ann decided to renovate. And yet you've just done a renovation on an island.
Yeah, well, that was my brief. I had to turn a little shack on an island into an artist studio. The ideas I implemented could be used as a granny's flat, maybe a teenager's retreat, or just an escape. The idea, though, is to make the most of any small space.
And being on an island, degree of difficulty 10?
Normally that'd be a 10, but there was plenty of other hurdles I had to get over. Just 45 minutes north of Sydney and a dinghy ride up the Hawkesbury River, you'll find Dangar Island, home to about 250 people, including my latest client.
I moved to Dangar 2 years ago. I came across on the ferry and I got off and I went, I can breathe. I have a house, I have a block of land, but the whole island is my backyard. And I don't have to mow. I'm an artist, so I want to set myself up with the right space, the right environment, and a place I can go to work so I can separate life at home and work.
Mel's big plan is to turn this derelict granny flat at the back of her property into an art studio that can also be used as a guest bedroom.
I'm really hoping that Barry can bring some interesting and unusual ideas, things I haven't thought about. I really like places that are different, that are quirky, that are unusual. Hey, hi, Barry.
How are you?
Nice to meet
So
you.
excited about this. Look at you with no shoes on. I've got jeans and a long sleeve shirt. I'm sweating like a dog. That's just beautiful, Mel. Already, I'm seeing that I want to have more interaction with that space close to the water.
Yeah.
That little window there, you can see it's a bit rotted. If we could get rid of this space, that's the obvious place for a deck straight up, isn't it?
Well, I also like the outside is flowing into the inside, so it becomes one big space, because it's not a huge space.
Okay, so tell me more about that workspace. You work on an easel or do you paint on the wall? What happens?
I actually tend to paint on the floor. Okay. I like to put it down on the floor, step back and work from above.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a kitchenette.
Yep.
I'm not sure about that already. To have so much plumbing in such a small amount of space when you've just said to me that you want to work on the floor, that sort of tells a bit of a story, doesn't it? Basically, your beautiful little shack up there looks something like that. Well, Mel has $18,000 to spend and we have 1 week to complete the job. With that, I can knock out the wall and connect the space with the outdoors. I'll put in a deck, some bifold doors and something a little different. The bathroom is going outside. I can even add a daybed for guests and keep the space open for Mel's creative juices to flow. But that kitchen has to go.
I'm not sure what you mean about how we're going to address the kitchen.
To invest into a cooking space up in that little tiny shed, it's like we're giving away some of the studio to have a poor kitchen.
I think I need to sit with it a little bit and think about it, because it's a little bit different to how I was imagining it at this stage.
I think that was part of the brief.
You want to be a little bit yes.
While Mel's still thinking about her design, we need to start working on it. Come on, mate. The toilet's disconnected, is it, Dylan?
Yeah. I'm Barry's foreman, and I make him look good.
If we're lucky, it'll pop straight off. Bed then?
That's it.
That's it.
Overall, I'm feeling really excited. I just can't wait to hit something. I think we're going to work through it and find a solution. So it's just like creating artwork. It's moving forward and changing as you go.
You know, being on this island and working with an artist, it'd be real easy to let this budget just flow on forever. I need her to understand that the budget can't run away. This isn't a piece of artwork that we just start scribbling and scribbling and scribbling. We need to be able to afford it.
Give us a hand with this.
Tide's turned if I'm taking orders, but anyway. Mel's decided to let me rip that kitchen out, so that's one big win for Barry. So I think it's made an
Makes
impact
a big
already.
difference.
Yeah, yeah. The boys are going great guns with the deck, and we're going to get a chance to punch this hole out for the bifold doors. I'll then be able to start looking at that outdoor bathroom area. We're going to have to go over that kitchenette, though. I know she's not sold completely on that.
Now the deck's up and the space is getting cleared out, I'm getting more of an idea, which will help me. I'm still not sure about the sink. I don't like the idea of having to go into the bathroom to get the water.
Mel's changing her mind again. On our tight budget, you just can't afford that. I'm suggesting that we leave the kitchenette out. We're up on bearers and joists, so we can always plumb it in later. But I'd like to see this room styled up to a studio come sleeping area before I make it too permanent.
Yeah.
It's just money we don't need to spend at the moment.
I'm struggling with trying to marry a space that I can work and wash up in and could perhaps sometimes have friends stay over.
Mel still needs convincing, but we need to push on. Dylan is cutting an opening for the bifold doors. I want to save these boards, so I'm just going to get you to gently tap them. How's it looking there?
It's pretty nice.
I think it is as well. I think it's great. Once we have this little step, come down here. I'm starting to get the feel of it.
It feels good.
But just when everything was running on track and on time, we run into our first serious setback. Torrential rain. It threatens to slow down the work and push out the budget. The isolation of Dangar is one of the most beautiful things about it. But logistically, for builders, it's a bit of a nightmare. It's pouring down with rain. We're going to do all the internal work that we can and hope the rain goes away so we can get started on that deck.
So we're cleaning the internal walls of the bathroom with this stuff, which is mainly used for door jambs and skirting, not typically for internal cladding because it doesn't have any joints. So it will shrink over time and leave gaps. That's good because that's what the homeowner and Baz want, a real rustic look, and after it's painted, it's going to look really good.
And on the deck, we're using a unique material called modwood. It's a composite recycled plastic and timber and a resin all stuck together. You never have to paint it or stain it. Other than that, it looks and feels exactly like timber. The brackets are so simple. Put your string line in place, line all the brackets up, liquid nails and screw them in place, and it's as simple as dropping the deck in place, get the size 10, and it's done. And that's your deck down. It's as simple as that. The rain has cost us precious time, but it's Mel's issues with the design that could be the real stumbling block.
What concerns me the most is the choice of materials. Barry talked about a beach house, but it's not a beach house. Visually, it needs to feel like home, and I'm not quite sure what makes it feel that way. I need to look at the materials and how they work. I need to feel the space a bit more.
Well, high drama on Dangar Island. Will Barry's renovation pass muster? Will Mel take out a contract on Barry's life? We'll find out later in the show. But right after the break, we visit a city rated in the world's top 10, but I bet you can't pick it. Chris, I love a good old-fashioned top 10 list. One of my favourites was the top 10 ways to smell like a Kardashian. But you've used a list like this to pick a travel destination.
I have. Every year Lonely Planet does its top 10 cities in the world list, and when I saw last year's list I knew that there was a city there. I just had this feeling I had to go there.
Are you going to tell us what it is?
No, you're going to work it out for yourself.
The city that never sleeps. A bustling, throbbing metropolis. If you want it, New York is where you find it.
So I'm just going to go down here, make a left and a left, and I'm going to get on Hunter.
Tim, what do you reckon makes New York such a special city?
You can do anything you want in New York at any time. You want to see a show, you can see a show. And the food, forget about it. You know, you got the best pizza in the world. The hot dogs, I like to call them the dirty water dogs because they're better if they sit in that stand for 2 days. Get a good crunch.
Jim Capone is New York born and bred.
Jim, you know what worries me the most about you as a New York cabbie?
What's that?
But the Big Apple isn't where I met him.
Been driving on the wrong side of the road the entire time.
Jim now lives in Newcastle, New South Wales. That's right, New Castle. In 2011, Newcastle was the surprise inclusion in the Lonely Planet's top 10 list of great cities to visit. Not Melbourne, not Sydney. No, Newcastle.
Thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome, my friend.
What do I owe you?
Don't worry about it, mate. It's on me. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, OK, I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, what is little old Newcastle doing in a Lonely Planet top 10 list, mixing up with arguably the world's greatest metropolis, New York? Well, here's the thing. I'm actually from Newcastle. I'm a proud Novocastrian, so nothing would give me more pleasure than to show you why this place is one of the best places in the world to visit. The number one selling point of Newcastle has always been this incredible natural beauty. Now, this is Nobby's Beach. It's hard to believe this is just minutes from the city in that direction. But the best thing of all, if you have a look around, is the space. No matter where you are, you can always get your own little patch of sand, which means this beach is as a beach should be. And here's the second big plus of my town, the food. You see, while New York might hang on to the title of being the cutting-edge cuisine capital of the world, you look here on Derby Street, it's clear the restaurant scene has really exploded over the last decade or so, meaning this is no longer a culinary backwater.
And did I mention the world's best fish and chips?
Oh, thank you. It's great. Look at that.
You'll find them at a hole in the wall called Scotty's. Tell them I sent you.
You know, you used to, from your childhood, getting those beachside meals where the fish and chips are almost stuck to the newspaper and everything's gone soggy. Here, it's the exact opposite. It's crunchy, it's fresh, and yes, it's very good.
OK, let's talk landmark. See, in New York, they have the Empire State Building, which stands apparently as a monument to modern architecture. Newcastle has a slightly different slant. It has the Queen's Wharf Tower, which stands as a monument to, well, something else entirely different. It was erected in 1988 and opened by the Queen. Should have had our eyes open over that too. And how can we talk about Newcastle without bringing up its art scene? You see, even though it may be away off Broadway, it's no cultural desert either. You see, here in the castle, we lay claim to the supergroup Silverchair, The Chair, as well as a musical show that was a hit in New York itself.
Come on, push it in.
That show is the world-famous Tap Dogs. The genius behind it is former steelworker Dean Perry, and we found him at the magnificent Civic Theatre.
You can hear the rhythm within the machine pumping any machine you were on, you know, and you could sit there and I could tap on tread plate or all of that sort of stuff. Toe, heel.
Apparently, Dean's still auditioning, which means this is my chance to impress him with a dance-off with his little brother Sheldon.
you say being 6'5" and having size 15 shoes, is that in some ways a hindrance to good tap dancing?
No, I wouldn't say that because I've got boys in the show that are that size.
Damn it. Can we cut earlier than that? Just before he says that bit, if we can cut there, that'd be great.
OK, I have one last trump card to play in my case for Newcastle. And you don't need any special talent for it.
Oh, steep.
It's back to my town's natural assets.
We're out in the dunes around Stockton. Getting a run up so I can get actually over the top of this one here.
Try finding a sandpit as big as this in New York.
Gonna push? Yeah? Good, good. Did you bring any bandages? I'll travel with a kit, don't worry, Alan.
It was my very first try at sand surfing.
안녕하세요.
Along with a very friendly busload of Korean tourists.
They're probably looking at the blonde Australian thinking this guy is gonna know what he's gonna be doing. 안녕하세요. Oh, a bit of speed now. 안녕하세요. Oh. Seem to have left the board behind. And got the sand in all those places you talked about. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
Hey, what do you think? It's fun? Lots of fun? Yeah?
최고.
Yeah. So Newcastle is an amazing place and deserves to be number 9 in the list of great cities in the world. I know. Amazing dancing.
Amazing. I don't want to be offensive, but I actually felt like I was watching an episode of The Muppets. They didn't look like your legs.
Because they were
Who was
moving so
operating
quickly.
them?
That's the sign of a really good dancer when their legs just move like that. No, one of the tap dogs actually said to me it was like watching a newborn foal on ice. It's a compliment, I'm sure.
Quite the compliment. Well, that was fab, thank you. All right, well, time to move on from Newcastle. But you have to now guess whose house I visited this week. I will tell you, they are a very well-known Australian.
They live in Newcastle.
They don't live in Newcastle, let it go. But I'll narrow it down for you. It's a man.
Oh, let's make it really
If you
easy.
can't guess it just on the strength of that, what's wrong with you?
Are they in television?
No, that is not why they're famous. Let's have a look at a visual clue to kick you off. See if you can guess it. It's my old underpants.
If they're your underpants, then we're all in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
It is a net.
Is this person a Socceroo?
Ooh, no.
They're in sport though, right?
They are in sport. They are in sport. Have another look.
Well, they're good at it too.
He's definitely Australian.
Yes, Miguel.
The soccer...
I went to his home. Have you seen the budget for this show? I don't get to go overseas.
Wallaby?
No, nice try. Not a wallaby. Still struggling. I've got one more. Trophy. What's he holding? What's he holding? That's not him, by the way.
I hope not. Basketball.
Yes.
Okay. Shane Heal.
No.
Andrew Bogut. You can't afford Andrew Bogut.
No, it's not him.
It's not Andrew
Not
Bogut.
him, not him. I've got one more big clue up my sleeve. It's for after the break.
Want more from the living room? Find more inspiring ideas, handy hints, photos, recipes, and you can even watch tonight's episode again on our website.
Great having you back with us in the living room. Now, these goobers over here are trying to guess whose house I'm in this week. I've given you a series of clues. We've established he's a basketballer. You've mentioned every name but his.
I know.
One sec. I've got one more clue for you. If you don't get it after this, I'm going to punch all of you. He was the flag bearer at the Sydney Olympics.
I definitely know. He's the guy with the white hair that goes in the Voltaren ads. That's got a really soft bag. It's like this. What's his name? And he's like, oh, my bag is really soft.
You may know him as the guy with the white
guy
hair
with the
from the
Voltaren
Voltaren
ads,
commercial. In fact, his name is Andrew Gaze.
Yeah! Andrew Gaze!
You'll be thrilled with that.
Oh, my God.
Here's what it's like to drop in on Andrew Gaze.
Hi, Amanda.
Hang on one tick.
Andrew,
hello.
Better. How you going?
Very well.
Come on in.
Wow, look how tall your ceilings are.
Yeah, I know. They're actually 14 feet high, Amanda, but for me, it's just a great feeling. Big fellas used to ducking under things, just to have that sense of space. Love it.
All these beautiful photos here. Who's on your wall? Who
Yeah.
are these people?
Well, this side of the hallway is my family.
Are these your parents here?
Yeah, that's Mum and Dad when on their wedding days. These when my dad first started, and his brother, these two older brothers over here.
So was it inevitable that you became a basketballer?
You would think so with my dad's history. He played in 3 Olympic Games and coached in 4.
So from those humble beginnings,
Yes, very humble.
you became Australia's most famous, most successful basketballer.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
But where's all your stuff, your bling, your trophies? Where's your show-off room?
Got a little bit of bling, and I've tucked it away a little bit. Come on, I'll show you. Come and have a look.
Let me have a play. Well, when you say trophy cabinet, that's exactly what this is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of these go back to my under 12 days, so there's a lot of stuff in here.
You put everything in.
Everything. I'm sure there's some of them that just didn't quite make the journey, but there's a bit in here.
Pick one thing that says something to you.
Well, they all have their own little piece, but this is somewhat symbolic for me because it was what we got when we first arrived at the Los Angeles Olympic Games, my very first Olympics. So it's it just looks like a little trinket.
Can I touch it?
Absolutely, but don't drop it. Oh, jeez, how about that, hey? Great sentimental value.
And in the midst of all this, there's a tennis trophy.
That's from the beautiful Melinda, my wife. Let's have a look. Well, I've just sort of...
Let's give her an accolade.
Given it a real prominent position, didn't I?
Try and
Right
look
up
up
the
the
top
skirt.
here. Dust it off a hit. Hey, the Elstonwick Park Tennis Centre winner in 2004 in the, I think it was the 35 and over competition. So terrific work by Melinda.
But you did put it in the trophy cabinet.
It was, it's there, and it's very important to her. Again,
Don't drop it.
good $4.99. Pick that up at your local trophy store, I would have thought.
Now you're being mean.
No, she worked very hard for that. She's a very good tennis player.
So this is obviously your favourite room. This is where all your stuff is.
It is, but Amanda, it is nice and got all the memorabilia in here, but I tell you what, my favourite room is right through here. Amanda, this right here is my favourite room. Just kick back and whack on a movie.
It's all right. Shall we sit and watch some of your old episodes of
Please.
Ally McBeal? You said it was your favourite.
Just whack on a few basketball videos and I'll teach
Don't get fresh, thank you.
Oh, hey, hey.
Now, I don't normally perv in men's wardrobes, but can I have a look in your wardrobe? Can I play dress-ups?
Please do.
Here's a basketball-y thing. I assume this is yours.
One of the old ones, yes.
Wow, how big's that?
Well, for real people, it's perfect size.
That's
but,
down to my knees. How big's that on you?
Fits perfectly, like a glove, I would have thought. It looks very nice.
Look, it suits me, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go. And can I have a shoe?
There it is. Some of the,
Wow.
it's a big foot.
You know what they say? Big shoes.
Big feet.
Do you feel sorry for the people who sit behind you in the cinema?
Well, sometimes in the cinema it's not too bad because they do the height difference. You're sitting down. Where the big issue's at is when you're at the concert and you get up there and you want to express yourself, and sometimes the people behind it aren't too through with that.
Funny about that.
Yes, but all you do, I just turn around and give them the angry look, just and then no problem.
Give me the angry look. Terrifying. Ooh, fancy.
Hey.
Tell you what, though, challenge you to some hoops.
Please, let's hoop it up.
You're on. Oh, that's cheating. You've got longer legs.
All kept. Oh, nice!
I win!
I like it. See that one?
You know what I like?
You know what I like? Is that you've already paid me out about my bad dancing, and then we saw that. That was awful hula hooping.
It was awful. I used to be better at that when I was a kid. I've lost my skill somewhere over the
Back
years.
in the happy days
Oh,
years when it was
in the
fashionable.
happy days, but that's all we had as a toy. OK, well, whose house am I going to drop in on next week? Just about anyone except Hugh Jackman, apparently, who hasn't answered any of my 237 emails. Later in the show, does Barry give Mel cabin fever? But we'll be right back as Miguel fights it out with one of Melbourne's finest food trucks. Feud, glorious feud. Welcome back to the living room. OK, now, Miguel, back to your story. The story so far. Let's recap. You told one of Melbourne's top food truck operators, Elvin, that you could outsell him by setting up right next door to him.
Easy busy Japanese. Yeah.
Well, it sounds easy, but an hour went past, he's selling madly, you hadn't even started.
But good things, Amanda, take time. And it's not about time, it's about the tactics. And I got plenty of them.
Tactics. Let's see if your tactics paid off.
So all up, that's $26.50, please.
We're nearly there, we're nearly there.
Corn, Dom.
Okay, we're ready for business. I'm putting paella to $6 because I'm running behind schedule. But now is the real time. Anybody want some paella? Paella, $6. Are we hungry? We're having dinner? Paella, $6. One paella goes to me. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Bingo, 30 to 1. Hey!
$6? You're undercutting us. Look at that, half our price.
There you go, and that's our second customer, 32. Ooh. Put yourself in there. So that's 34, boom, boom. Thank you very much, that's really hot.
That's okay.
So that's, how many you want? There's too much, only $6. You can give me a tip for a good job, anytime. You feel the pressure, Elvin? $6, please, Michael, thank you. Thank you very much, Michael, you're great, thank you. Look at the baggies. Paella, $6. Come on, boys. Paella. Come on, pack. Oh, señorita.
Do you want two? Your missus is going to be unhappy if you don't take one home? Two orders. All right. Excellent.
Paella, $6. Woo! What is the people in Melbourne? Paella, $6. Ladies, paella, $6. Yeah, we got some customers parking. Ah, customers! It work. Two more. Hey.
It looks quite interesting.
Fantastic. If it looks good, it'll taste better. We got up slowly. Slowly but surely. Señor, muchas gracias. Gamba, would you like a plate of paella, madame? Would you like a plate of paella, madame?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Señorita.
And I end up with
So I'm gonna give you two paellas, so that's one.
one.
You're gonna start munching on that one.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, let's go, Cisse. Would you like some paella? Fantastic. That's the girlfriends. Don't listen to them, that's the girlfriends. We got prawns, we got chorizo, and we got chicken.
Can you say chorizo?
Chorizo.
Oh, beautiful.
Michael, I'm getting a line. Bring all your friends, seriously. That's all right, I'm very shy too. It's been a tough competition.
It was.
They sold like 80...
84, 85 in the end.
We sold 1 hour start.
Yeah, we did have a head start.
70, something like that. Just have to say, I won't do it probably again. I'll prefer the kitchen, but you're a master of the street food.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your Gambo rocks, Cajun Kitchen. Anytime, muchas gracias.
Thanks very much.
Well, your chardito looked amazing. The gumbo, you said, tasted fabulous, but it didn't look great.
It looked a little bit funky, to be honest, but this is food, is restaurant quality for like $16 in the middle of the street. So it's pretty amazing. And it's cool going for dinner to a truck in the middle of nowhere.
And we're going to see more of these around Australia. They're coming to Sydney?
In Sydney, they're actually in Sydney. They got 10 new licenses, and everybody's fighting for them because it's the bomb. It's a cool thing to do on a Friday night. Go and have the tracks.
Come for a chorrito.
Come for a chorito, please.
As always, if you want to find out how to cook it, go to our website where you'll also find lots of extra bits from the show. So dive right in. Off for a break, but when we return, we're going to interview Matt Howell, last night's eliminated MasterChef contestant, and we ripped the covers off Barry's Island Shack renovation. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a coconut bra. Welcome back to the living room. And as I'm sure you know, it was crunch time on MasterChef last night. Matt Howell left the kitchen. That must have been so hard last night. How do you feel when you know that you can do better, but things go wrong in the kitchen and you've got to walk up to the judges with the plate? What's it feel like?
You're exactly right. I knew I could have done better, and just knowing that it wasn't my best it's just really, really awful. But you know what? I did some great things while I was there, and I remembered that when I was bringing up my dish. So it's about like holding on to what really is good about your cooking, and that's what you need to really think about.
Did you feel like perhaps presenting one solitary lamb cutlet to 3 big guys might have counted against you, 3 hungry guys?
Definitely, but I think I was going for the refined look of the dish, I think.
The fine dining touch.
Your background is in a burger restaurant, so you've worked in a hamburger chain.
Yeah, definitely.
For many years. Where did that actually come in handy in the MasterChef kitchen?
Obviously, when you have to serve like 500 people in a day and you could be there for 14 hours at work, if you're doing like a longer shift, you really need to make sure you manage the pressure of a really busy day. So.
Were you tempted to ask the judges if they wanted fries with that?
No, I don't think I would have made it out of the kitchen if I had.
Clearly, you probably should have supersized it, though.
Yes, that's quite right.
You know what I think? I think for you to get on with the rest of your life, you need to be able to move on from what happened last night, to let it go. What we've done, just to let you build a bridge, is giving you the chance at redemption. So first of all, can we give you this? It's just a blindfold. Just put that on. So why not?
Just watch the hair, OK? You've gone a bit one direction.
Who are they, aren't they?
Last night, what really landed you in trouble was when you wrongly thought there were pine nuts in that Moroccan tagine. Am I right?
Maybe.
Well, I want you to reach in there and maybe this time we can identify where the pine nuts are and feel better about pine nuts, because this can't go on.
Feel the nuts.
Yeah, that's it. Don't talk with your mouth.
No pressure.
Do you know which one are the pine nuts now?
I think I do.
Do you? Do you want to point at the pine nuts?
A,
think,
B, C or D?
These ones here will be the pine nuts.
Well done. Well done. You can take the blindfold off.
Oh, well done. See, now you can move on. Put the nuts behind you.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well, look, Matt, we wish you all the best for your future. Thank you for joining us on The Living Room, but really, Matt, it's time to leave the living room.
Thanks for having me.
Did you get some tears happening?
Yeah.
And of course, MasterChef being MasterChef, we'll have another evictee to talk to next week. But right now, Barry, let's talk to you. Let's recap a bit. You're on an island. What sort of work are you doing?
Bit of a castaway. I had to turn a shed into an artist studio, and as I said before, you could use the ideas as a granny flat.
Where we left the story, hard to imagine, but Mel hadn't quite fallen in love with you.
Listen, they don't always fall in love with me straight away, but Amanda, you know they do in the end.
I know.
Let's see how it goes. I've fallen in love with Dangara Island. The shoreline's covered in driftwood and this island's full of dreams. You know what? That really tells us about Mel's personality. We've had some twists and turns. She's been indecisive, to say the least. But I think this final result in her little studio is absolutely magic. Our brief was to turn this derelict cabin into a bright, creative space where Mel could paint or guests could stay overnight. To make it happen, the kitchen had to go. And we moved the bathroom outside. Not just the existing shower, we added a beautiful clawfoot tub. Finally, the sun is shining, and lucky for Mel, we've managed to sneak in on budget. Despite all our battles, I think she's going to love her new sanctuary. Let's see. Excited?
Yeah, very much so.
What do you think?
It's great.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's like a real person's home.
Have a look around. It's all about that nor'easterly blowing in now of the afternoon. It's perfect.
When I first walked in, it took me a minute to kind of get my bearings because it looked so different. It wasn't excitement, it was more contentment. I felt like it was a homey space.
Come and have a look at this bathroom.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the bathroom. Oh, how nice! Thank you. The mirror is beautiful too.
Yeah. And so much of this stuff is recycled, which is great, all from the island.
I like that the space has been set up so I can work here, but it's also somewhere people can crash and stay. Oh, this is really nice. I love the corrugated too.
And you still get the sense of the greenery behind the
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. And these are really cool.
It's perfect.
I like these.
So keen for us to sit here and just enjoy it, especially this time of day.
I think Barry has met my expectations, even though there was a time where I didn't think he was going to.
You happy?
I do.
You're glowing.
I want to get in the bath.
Well, I'll run it for you.
He heard everything I had to say.
Fabulous. You were very quick to run the bath. Big enough for two?
Well, Mel was kind enough to come in. Mel, how many have you had in the bath?
Well, I think it would fit 3 very comfortably.
And are you loving it? You're using it a lot?
Yes, I've had a bath at night, a bath in the day, in the afternoon. It's really, really nice.
Oh, it just looked absolutely gorgeous, and I'm glad you love it. Well, that's all we have for you this week, but next time, stand by for action. Chris's tour of Chile's most colourful city gets lost in translation.
You know where that is? It's that way. Come down the wrong way.
Miguel in a seafood smackdown.
Size does not matter, Miguel.
Does not matter? You sure of that?
And what do a pizza oven, a boat and a beautiful home have in common? Baz finds out.
So is this not the future?
Well, all that and a whole lot more next time on The Living Room. We'll see you then.